spend more time at school than we do at home within the week. Yet we don't learn anything. Or should I say, we don't learn enough. Yes, we physically sit in class and remember information, study for tests, and learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and that socialism kills, and the sun is a star, and that gravity means what goes up must come down. Except this isn't getting to the point. This isn't important. This doesn't prepare you to go out into the real world for survival. Out there, it's just a society that bases everything on the survival of the fittest. You may understand trig identities or free body diagrams, and that may land you a job, but do you know how to file tax returns? Do you know how to manage debt? Understand house maintenance? School is not a place for smart people. No, I'm not here to tell you to drop out of school because it's not for you. I'm here to inform you about this predicament and to motivate you, the students, the ones being affected, and the teachers, the ones responsible for our education, that it's about time we change the curriculum. Let's be realistic. School is a good place for a foundation and to teach you basic reading, writing, and arithmetic skills. Sure, this can be helpful in some ways and allows you to build up common sense and knowledge, but it doesn't necessarily build you up for success. School doesn't teach you to think. Ironic, right? Because this is the reason why we go to school in the first place. School teaches you to study for what will be on the test. Teachers write on the board. Study for this and this and this and so on. And so what? You memorize everything and they said so that you get 100 on your final exam and get an amazing job because of your grades. Then all of a sudden, you're at work and then bam! They ask you something that you never memorized. Shocking. School is parroting. What the teacher says you say back because that's what we are told is right. And because quote unquote, it's part of the curriculum. Well, of course, we still go to school because education is still important, and to get into post-secondary, you need good grades. So to achieve these grades, you need to do well in school, which means following the curriculum without a choice. Except we do have a choice. We have a choice to change this curriculum. To help you understand, let me explain something. Society has developed, as well as education. Next thing you know, in the near future, it will evolve again. What we learn in schools aren't exactly relevant to our futures anymore. You don't want to live in a society where you should be learning new things or what you learn doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, you may ask, what makes me certified or expert enough to be telling you these things? Well, I, as well as all the students, you guys are first-handedly experiencing this right now, and we're all quite aware of the demands that society requires. Use common sense. If you are to live on your own, then you won't be able to support yourself without money, and you can't get that money without a job. Nowadays, you can't even get a decent job without having your diploma. It's all a chain effect, everything is linked, and it all goes back to this one factor: school. Let me continue to explain if you haven't caught on to the idea. Look at any grade 12 student and they will have bags under their eyes like they haven't slept the whole week. If you ask them why they're so tired, they'll probably say that they were studying for something. Most likely memorizing because there's so much content and the teacher will only mark it right if you have the exact definition. No offense to teachers because not all teachers are like this. But I wonder, are we actually smart and understand, or are we just good at memorizing? You see, this is the main issue. Yes, we have labs or we do assignments that are supposed to teach us to research on our own. But this does not help us apply it to real life or say apply it towards a job. From a survey done from 165,000 high school students, 87% of them want a degree and to land a career but believe that their schools aren't helping them develop the skills they'll need to succeed. To add on to this, there's a difference between wanting a degree and having to get a degree, or wanting to go to class or having to go to class. There's nothing forcing us to go to class, but we feel like we have to. Why is this? Easy. Because the school system is corrupt. They make you believe that you can't be successful if you don't get good grades. Except with how the curriculum is now, you won't be successful even going to school. On top of this, many students suffer from depression, anxiety, and stress just because they're trying to do well in school. According to the Globe and Mail, out of 300,000 students surveyed, 90% Canadian students say that they have been overwhelmed by all they had to do, which resulted in 50% feeling hopeless. No one cares anymore. No one wants to study or learn new things for fun anymore, which defeats the whole purpose of education. Everyone's motivation has run out. Why should school have a reputation of being a place that makes you feel hopeless, depressed, stressed, anxious? You see, my goal here was to inspire you to change your life because I've opened my eyes and you should too. This is what I want you to take from this. School is not a place for people who are capable of learning more. Smart people build, create, and answer the questions that aren't answered. But again, we wouldn't know this, would we? Because schools don't teach us this. Schools will, for example, teach you what Einstein's theory was back in the day, but it will not teach you how to be innovative and make your own theory. The curriculum limits your creativity, freedom, and sometimes even your life. I can't wait to actually do something with my life. You know, just anything that feels more real than school. Albert Einstein says, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. But again, how would we know? Except it's obviously not that simple to change the curriculum. For students, the first step is to become aware, then to work together to change the idea of the higher-ups and bring attention to the importance of this issue. For teachers, they could start by not necessarily changing the information, but changing the way it is taught. Just a suggestion. Again, after becoming aware, then it will be possible to physically change the syllabus. Education is worldwide. This won't change in the snap of a finger. But we are still able to make a difference the sooner we start trying. We can start a revolution.
The revolution has begun.